Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, man, we got a video about Nonstop Sports titled the 10 Best NBA Players Under 25, guys. Give me your list if you would like to in the comment section below. What I am seeing from, like, these playoffs, it just seems like the torch of the NBA greats is getting passed. Like, there's still going to be a lot of old players that are still going to be good NBA players, man, but it just feels like we're really entering this new era now, and I'm all here for it, man. Like, it's exciting as hell, right? So, let's get going on this and see what it's all about.
The NBA is coming to the end of an era. LeBron is 37, Steph is 34, and KD is 33. Don't worry,
man,
because the league is in good hands.
Curry is 34?
These are the best NBA players under 25. Number 10, Deandre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton shouldn't have been the first pick of the 2018 NBA draft. He shouldn't have even been selected in the top 3.
Well, what I will say is that, while talent-wise, yes, fit-wise, I disagree. I think that DeAndre Ayton has played his role for the Suns beautifully, like, to be honest. Well, this is before Game 7, by the way, so could be an old take.
Age of traditional
or a
non-shooting
bad take,
big men
I should say.
died with Shaq and prime Dwight Howard. The NBA now belongs to players who can dribble, pass, and shoot. However, among all old-school centers, DeAndre Ayton is among the very best in the NBA. When he first entered the league, he had big flaws on both ends of the court.
Decently
but in
mobile.
the Suns' 2021 run to the
but
finals, Ayton emerged as the glue that connected everything on both ends of the floor. Ayton's rim protection was elite. He successfully guarded and slowed down both Anthony Davis and Nikola Jokic one-on-one. Offensively, DeAndre was extremely efficient around the basket, purposefully hunting and exploiting mismatches with smaller players. He was active on the boards and made great decisions in the pick and roll. Ayton continued playing great.
Yeah, I like Ayton, maybe not on the
Supermax
though,
to be honest. Has a lot to do with him. DeAndre averages 17 points and 10 rebounds in just 29 minutes per game, and he's among the league leaders in shooting efficiency. Honorable mention goes to Jarrett Allen, another 23-year-old non-shooting big man. The Cavs center is one of the best.
Who y'all rather have, Ayton or Jarrett?
He deservedly made the All-Star team in 2022. Number 9, De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox at 9.
If he didn't play for the Sacramento Kings, we would talk about De'Aaron Fox as one of the best point guards in the NBA. A 24-year-old Kentucky product is averaging 23 points per game and is proven to be one of the rare good decisions.
I do like De'Aaron Fox, but I will say, you know, going back to DeAndre Ayton being viewed as like a traditional big man, like De'Aaron Fox, I don't know, like, I think that jump shot still has some ways to go. I think it has a ways to go. I think it needs to get there, too, for him to be able to take the Kings to that next level.
By the Kings front office. Other than maybe Ja Morant, there isn't anybody in the league who could challenge Fox in a foot race with the ball in hands. Fox gets downhill like a madman, and his drives to the basket are a huge challenge for opposing defenses.
The NBA and playing it
for the past 3 years, he's averaging over 20 points per game, but he's also been constantly advancing as a playmaker after studying Chris Paul and his pick-and-roll mastery. Fox also added visible muscle mass and is a much improved finisher at the rim. The only area where he didn't improve is outside shooting. A great three-point shot would unlock some new opportunities for him and the Kings and help Fox to finally become an all-star. Number 8, Brandon Ingram. When the Lakers traded for Anthony Davis, they should have traded away Kyle Kuzma and kept Brandon Ingram. Kuz had his moments, but the Lakers clearly made a mistake. Ingram proved that immediately.
I don't think Ingram would have fit next to LeBron.
His first season with the Pelicans, averaging 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. Since then, he further improved as a passer.
Ingram would not have hit this level staying with the Lakers. It was not going to happen.
With Zion Williamson, who would have been on this list if he weren't injured, and the newly added CJ McCollum. Number 7, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Who y'all rather have, Shai or De'Aaron Fox, man?
The Thunder could emerge as a winner of the trade that sent Shai to OKC and Paul George to the Clippers. Measured at 6'6" and with a 7-foot wingspan, SGA is a point guard in the body of a wing. And even though he's not exceptionally fast nor athletic, his size and unorthodox herky-jerky dribble gets him where he wants to go almost every time.
Hey, with that herky-jerky, man.
Pump fakes and pace changing are a big part of this deep bag of tricks. SGA shot 42% from 3 in 2021, but his jump shot disappeared in 2022. He's hitting only 29% from deep. Still, Shai is efficient in the paint and is getting to the free throw line more than ever, which is good enough for 24 points per game, along with 6 assists and 5 rebounds. When he gets out of this shooting slump and OKC cashes in on the gazillion picks they have, Shai might lead the Thunder to the NBA championship in the future. Number 6, LaMelo Ball. Before LaMelo
Russell
joined
and Harden
the
couldn't do
NBA,
it.
he was just another overhyped ball. Due to all the crazy stuff his father said over the years, he was anticipated to be all style and poor
Still
game.
remember the half-court point.
Shooter with poor defense.
That's the first I ever saw LaMelo.
Highlights. Boy, has he proved otherwise. LaMelo is already an all-star in his second season. He's a 38% shooter from three, and his passing is off the charts. It's so effortless how he dissects the defense and finds the open man.
He's the Brett Favre of the
how
NBA.
He makes a perfect full-court pass with a flick of the wrist. In 2022, Ball averages 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 7.5 assists per game, and has proven that driving a Lamborghini at the age of 16 didn't ruin his basketball talent. Michael Jordan has been notoriously bad at evaluating
number
talent,
5?
but he has finally drafted a superstar he always
What's
wanted.
in that secret
Number
stuff,
5,
MJ?
Bam Adebayo. Bam is one of the most underrated players in the NBA today. In 2020, he was an all-star.
I'm cool with
in
Bam
NBA
number 5, to be
Finals.
honest. I am.
In 2022, Bam has somewhat fallen out of focus. To little fault of his own. A few injuries and a stacked Heat roster caused his numbers to stagnate. But his game has by no means...
So obviously, the Heat are in the Eastern Conference Finals, but let's say things don't go appropriately. This, let's say it just doesn't end well. Do you guys think that this Heat team, instead of focusing on building around Jimmy, they need to focus building around Bam and Tyler Hero? Because I feel like that's going to help the team get younger and quicker and stuff. And Jimmy can still lead the way, though, for the time being.
means decline. Adebayo is still one of the most efficient players at his position, shooting 54% from the field and 75% from the free throw line. He's averaging 19 points, 10 rebounds, and 3.5 assists per game.
Man.
Bam is still one of the most versatile defenders in the NBA, who can successfully hold
Maybe
his
PJ
own against
Washington.
fast guards and bulky
Or
centers.
TJ Warren.
Adebayo
No,
is the prototype of a modern athletic big man, and because he's still only 24 years old, he's going to be even more dangerous when he reaches his prime. Number 4, Trae Young. He's too small for the NBA, they said. After the first few months in his rookie season, he's a bust, they said. His style wouldn't work in the playoffs, they said. It's quiet as F in here, is what Trae responded after hitting the game-winning floater for the Atlanta Hawks to beat the Knicks in his first playoff game.
I got nothing against Trae Young, but what have you done yet, man? I mean, I'm just saying, it's one thing to be confident and know you're a great basketball player, but I don't know, when you start becoming a super villain, and you ain't really got nothing to back it up, why are you a villain? Then I don't know, I just get a little confused, but that could just be me.
The game with 32 points. He averaged 29 points and nearly 10 assists for the entire playoffs, where he pushed the Hawks to the conference finals. His haters are mostly quiet for now, and for a good reason. Trae Young is bad and bougie, and one of the best players in the NBA. Just like Steph Curry or Dame Lillard, Trae's range is unlimited, and the defenses have to pick him up as soon as he steps across the half court. He's one of the most creative and most lucid passers in the NBA, who can pick any kind of defense apart.
I mean, he's a great player.
The ball manipulates defenses,
sure.
and his court vision makes it seem like he has Terminator eyes, scanning and receiving information that normal humans
got a Hawks
just can't
fan area
process.
in this, man.
Even though his small 6'1" frame poses its challenges defensively, there aren't many players who are better than Trae on offense. With 28 points and nearly 10 dimes per game, he's the only NBA player in the top 5 in scoring and assists. His improved shooting efficiency, a deep bag of dribble moves, and magical solutions in the pick and roll make him almost impossible to guard. And before we get to our top 3, we have to give props to some other guys who just missed the cut. Darius Garland is an all-star who emerged as a fabulous passer.
I'm picking Darius
and
Garland
a
over
scorer.
De'Aaron Fox.
His teammate Evan Mobley plays more maturely than any other rookie big man in the last 10 years. Jaren Jackson Jr., Anthony Edwards, and Cade Cunningham deserve to be mentioned as well. Number 3, Ja Morant. Ja Morant is so fast and athletic that he could have easily been a selfish player. He could have been a one-man offense with a 40% usage rate, a ton of turnovers, and a bad shooting percentage, all disguised in some flashy statistics. And even though he is arguably the flashiest player in the NBA right now, it doesn't come.
I will say, though, when Ja does play versus doesn't play, both systems work for the Memphis Grizzlies, but they are a different team when Ja's not playing. I mean, clearly, Superstar's not playing, but
without substance. From the beginning of his career in 2019,
it's definitely centered around Ja when he plays.
Jenkins wanted Morant to be a floor general and a system player,
got that
not
crispy
somebody
hairline.
who will squeeze the ball like an anaconda and post an ineffective triple-double. And that's exactly what he got. Ja is extremely unselfish and plays like a 10-year veteran, not a 22-year-old athletic beast that he actually is. Morant will reward backdoor cuts. He'll always look for bigs in the pick and roll, and he's extremely advanced in scanning the floor and finding the best possible solution. He's averaging 7 assists per game, along with 27.5 points, the 7th best scoring output in the NBA in 2022. Other than a killer transition
What, the number 2?
and great playmaking, Morant is also one of the best finishers at the rim, despite his slender frame. It's unbelievable how he can twist and turn mid-air and simply wait for the defenders to drop, then make some kind of Jedi mind trick of a layup that goes in. Ja is also an improved jump shooter, who is shooting nearly 50% from the field, one of the best marks among all NBA guards. Draymond Green called Morant one of the smartest players in the game today, which is a deadly combination.
His come-up story, too, is really nice.
Athleticism. Number 2. Jayson Tatum.
Johnson, number 2.
Jayson Tatum's NBA idol was and always will
Kobe.
be the Black Mamba. Idolizing Kobe Bryant brought Tatum a lot of good things. He's a hard worker who was always improving his game. Tatum is a deadly scorer with a wide arsenal of moves and has that Kobe-esque fluidity when he attacks. Jayson is also a versatile defender who often guards the best opposing player.
His defensive
always did
like
in the
come
first
up
part of
was
his
like
career.
the best
However,
part of his game this
copying
season,
Kobe
to be honest.
also brought Tatum a lot of criticism. Boston's forward had a long-time love affair with long turnaround jumpers and wasn't attacking the rim hard enough. He can be selfish at times, and both his coach and teammate Marcus Smart publicly criticized him this year for a lack of ball movement. But
yeah, he was looking a little bit too much like Carmelo.
Jayson is averaging 27 points per game, and just like Kobe, he can score against anybody. Tatum is only 24 years old, and he already tied Larry Bird for most 50-point games in Celtics history. However, Smart's criticism worked. Tatum became a much better passer in the past 3 months and is no longer playing private pickup games like at the beginning of the 2022 season. He's attacking the basket much more.
Gotta get that ring, though.
Overall,
Gotta get that ring.
Better decisions. Currently playing the best basketball of his career. It took Jordan and Kobe a while to mature and learn to trust their teammates. Tatum looks like he finally made that leap too. Number 1. Luka Donćić. Luka Donćić is extremely annoying. He is one of the most challenging players to play against, and he is constantly talking to the referees, which is irritating. However, the refs are also awarding him with nearly 8 free throws a game.
Hawks fan here.
That's how you know that he is a superstar, because only superstars can get away with constant bickering to the refs. Slovenian boy wonder is in his 4th NBA season, and his current career averages are 26.2 points, 8.6 rebounds, and 8 assists. That's better than LeBron James and Larry Bird averaged in their first 4 seasons. Like LeBron and Larry, Luka can manipulate the entire game with his brilliant basketball IQ, which runs a more developed
like a mix of like Jason Kidd and
every other player in the NBA.
Paul Pierce.
The 2021 Mavericks had the best offensive rating in NBA history, and that offense was pretty much giving the ball to Luka and letting the magic happen. If you put a smaller guy on him, he'll post him up and bulldoze through him with his big frame. If you put a big man on him, Luka will make him dance until he's dizzy. Luka is only 23 years old, and he's already a perennial all-star and MVP
smiling
candidate.
out there too.
He's averaging 28 points, 9 rebounds, and 8.5 assists per game, and hasn't even reached his prime yet. That's scary for the rest of the NBA.
All right, guys, that is the end of the video. I would say for the most part, I agree with the list. Like, maybe my order would be a little bit different, but overall, pretty solid list. What do you guys all think? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.